Well, that wraps up this edition of Action News at 5. We sure thank you for spending part of your day with us.
Tricia Toyota and Bob Jimenez are here now with a look at what's ahead on Action News at 6. Tricia?
And Mike and Penny coming up here at 6. LA City budget cutbacks hit hard. We'll have the first day of rolling brownouts in the fire department and how they may affect you. Southgate police hope this home video will help them capture the gangbangers who fought this weekend.
Then this, a fugitive on the run for 3 years, caught and hauled into court on felony child abuse charges. We'll tell you about it. Fear rises in a Chatworth neighborhood where more dogs are poisoned.
Plus, 2 whales kept in captivity are prepared for their release to the wild. Mac has more on this rare and wonderful July rain.
And Keith Olbermann on a local baseball team and its struggle to make it to the top. All that and more coming up next.
Did I tell you what I discovered in my litter box?
Oh, please.
They got me Control cat litter. Controls ammonia odor.
Ammonia odor? How vile. Or so I hear.
You should smell my litter now.
Oh, I'm sure. It's lovely.
Look, this special paper shows Control helps prevent ammonia odor. Where is your litter? Phew.
I beg your pardon.
Trust me, hon, I have a nose for these things.
Control cat litter, because if you don't like ammonia odor...
Imagine how we feel.
America, how do you measure up? Eating right is a good start. But when good intentions don't seem to be enough, there's GNC. At General Nutrition Centers, we're here to help, offering a huge selection of diet products at prices you'll love, like Lacey LeBeau Dieter's Tea. Make this delicious treat a part of your everyday diet in 5 great-tasting Lacey LeBeau flavors. It's just one more way we're helping to keep you in shape. At America's Diet Store, GNC.
LensCrafters is famous for 1-hour service. Other optical stores have buy one, get one free offers. LensCrafters has the lab right in the store. They have buy one, get one free. But now you can bring any buy one, get one free to LensCrafters. We'll honor any competitor's buy one, get one free. Just bring us their offer. With LensCrafters accepting competitors' buy one, get one free offers, now there's no reason to go anywhere else.
24 area locations, including Downey, Lancaster, and Arcadia.
Some think we do perms. Some think we do cuts. We do it all. At Fantastic Sam's, you can afford to look this good, or this good, or this good. Now's the time for a Perm Plus at Fantastic Sam's. A perm, a cut, and some style.
What do you think?
You don't need an appointment. We're waiting for you now.
Surviving in the City, the summer of '91, next Geraldo.
6 o'clock Southern California, this is Channel 2 Action News. With Tricia Toyota, Jim Lampley, Claudio Perez weather, and Keith Olbermann sports. Channel 2 Action News at 6.
Good evening, everyone. Here's what's happening. Starting today, it could easily take several minutes longer for Los Angeles City firefighters to respond to a blaze near your home. Budget cuts are forcing the department to slash emergency fire and medical services. Channel 2 Sylvia Lopez reports that there are fears cutbacks could result in the loss of lives.
There are 86 fewer firefighters, paramedics, and battalion chiefs at work tonight in Los Angeles, just at a time when they're most desperately needed. The forced cutback in emergency services, or brownout as it's called, began at 8 a.m. today for firefighters. 13 fire engines sat empty, shut down for calls. Firefighters with other companies scrambled to take up the slack.
Additional help had to come from a longer distance, and it had to come from 2 other fire stations.
And every night from now on, 6 of the city's 55 ambulances will be out of service.
It's going to take us longer to get to calls, and when patients are in serious condition, that's going to increase the possibility of their injuries or illness getting worse, or perhaps them even dying.
The brownouts will affect stations citywide on a rotating schedule. They're the result of a 10% reduction in the fire department's budget. Fire officials say if this East LA restaurant had caught fire 2 days from now, when a local fire company is scheduled to be shut down, the damage would have been much worse.
The engine that was first in here will be browned out. They wouldn't have been here on scene. There probably would have been about a 3-minute delay for the next arriving engine to have been here.
The restaurant's owner thinks the cutbacks could have tragic results.
For example, somebody
like myself that would have been involved in the same matter, it would have been totally devastating for them.
Remember, the city's pool of firefighters is already down due to a hiring freeze, and what's shaping up to be a severe fire season is just around the corner. Some paramedics say when you cut back this much at a time like this, you're playing Russian roulette with people's lives.
And the rain could mean more problems, right?
Exactly. Some people think it makes things easier, but actually it makes it tougher for them out there.
All right, thank you, Sylvia. In other news today, Tony Alamo, he's the founder of a fundamentalist cult in Saugus some years back. He sits in a Tampa jail tonight. After nearly 3 years on the run, he faces 4 counts of child abuse here in California. He tried to get a judge to grant bail today, but the judge said even if he let Mr. Alamo go, Alamo would be immediately arrested on other unrelated charges. The outspoken church leader reportedly ordered a fellow church member to beat his 10-year-old son, allegedly 140 times with a paddle. LA County Sheriff's deputies tonight looking for the killer or killers of this little girl, 14-month-old Michelle Jones. She was shot and fatally wounded as she was being taken out of the family car in an unincorporated area of the county west of Compton last night. The child's mother and 2 uncles were wounded in the drive-by shooting. Sheriff's deputies say so far there are no suspects, no motive. They're not even sure whether the family itself was the target.
And Southgate police are asking for your help in finding a 4-year-old boy. Little Gabriel Yanez disappeared July 1st. Police think that he was abducted from this front yard by his mother's ex-boyfriend. Investigators say 24-year-old Jose Asuncion Mariscal was seen in the immediate area just before the little boy disappeared. They think that he may be heading for Texas or Guadalajara, Mexico. The former grade school teacher was sentenced to 14 years in prison today for sexually molesting 4 female students. Donald Ray Moore was arrested in 1987. He was due to be charged with 21 counts of child molestation, but he jumped bail and was on the run for 3 years. Moore was recaptured a year ago. For 16 years, he taught the 5th grade at the 97th Street School.
Southgate police now have their hands on a videotape that they hope will show who started an all-out gang fight in their city. 3 teenagers were injured in the weekend fracas, but as Channel 2's Dave Lopez reports, identifying any suspects may not be easy.
Just before 4 a.m. Sunday, residents in this Southgate neighborhood near Stanford and Ohio Avenues were awakened by loud noises, the breaking of glass, and gunfire. 2 rival Hispanic gangs going at it, right in the middle of the street. Witnesses and evidence left behind indicate it was a major gang fight. Police say anywhere from 15 to 20 gang members were involved. Shots were fired, rocks, bottles, broken glass used. 1 gang member was knifed, another gang member shot in the leg, 50 pellets in his leg. He's still hospitalized. And 1 witness in the neighborhood came up to police after it was over and told police that he had videotape of what happened. But not so. This is the tape given Southgate police, shown from beginning to end, and it doesn't show much before going to black.
Are you going to be able to use that for anything at all?
Well, I don't know. Once we enhance it, maybe we can get some identification from it. I really don't know at this point.
1 major newspaper headlined that the fight was actually captured on videotape. Obviously, an exaggeration.
Were you under the impression that the actual fight was recorded?
Well, we weren't under any kind of impression. We were just notified by the witness that said he had videotaped some of what had gone on in front of his house. Not till we saw the tape like you did we realize that not much was videotaped.
3 gang members were hospitalized, treated, and released, but they refused to answer any questions by police. In the neighborhood today, no one was talking, especially the person who took the videotape. Police say they believe the intentions of the person who took the videotape were good. The police also add, too bad the pictures aren't. From Southgate, Dave Lopez, Channel 2 Action News.
The Christopher Commission reveals its findings on police brutality tomorrow when members brief Mayor Tom Bradley and Police Chief Daryl Gates. The Citizens Panel was created to look into the LAPD after the Rodney King beating. The results are expected to be controversial no matter what. Commission members will hold a news conference at 11 o'clock tomorrow morning, and Action News will cover it live. We'll have a reaction on Action News at noon and a special report at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. The CBS Evening News airs at 3:30 tomorrow, and then Action News begins at 4, just before the All-Star game here on CBS.
And still ahead tonight on Action News at 6. It hasn't happened on this day for more than a century, but it happened today. We'll have a Southland rain roundup for you.
Plus, details on what's being called the biggest medical insurance scam in history.
Another blow to our local aerospace industry.
And details on the final once-over for a couple of whales nursed back to good health.
Channel 2 Action News is sponsored in part by Home Fed Bank. Open a 5-month CD and get a 0.5% interest bonus and much, much more.
Introducing Home Fed Bank's 5-month CD. It comes with a 0.5% interest bonus, a free interest-earning checking account with an anytime card, free image checks, a no-fee gold Visa card, free notary service, deluxe travel program benefits, and even free traveler's checks. Now, comparing all that to other bank CDs is a lot like, well, you get the picture.
Would you believe Bob's Original Big Boy Combo and fresh strawberry pie is now just $3.99?
What do I look, stupid?
Believe it or not, it's true.
As your car ages, it may need higher and higher octane to perform like it used to. But there is a gasoline specially formulated to control this higher octane need while providing the highest level of engine cleanliness. Texaco System 3. You'll get great performance in every octane grade. Still think all gasolines are the same?
Some banks claim they'll get you to a teller fast, but not every time, not every line. With 5-minute max only, Wells Fargo guarantees you'll get to any teller in less than 5 minutes. Wells Fargo comes through. Other banks want you to think they've got longer hours, but they're only fooling themselves. Wells Fargo has the longest hours of any major California bank. 9 to 6 every weekday, open 9 a.m. Saturdays. Wells Fargo comes through when other banks don't.
And now some words of value. Oldsmobile, Cutlass, Supreme. But hurry, they're going fast. For more information, see your Oldsmobile dealer today.
Rare indeed. A rare July rainfall day hit the Southland today. In most places, it was a welcome sight. But as Channel 2's Kim Mariner reports tonight, that wasn't the case in some towns in the desert.
Digging out and cleaning up. That's what a few Hesperia residents were forced to do today. Some cars were stuck in mud. Garages filled with water. This dramatic home video of the late afternoon flash flood shows how the storm turned streets into rivers. For some, it was a frightening time.
Coming straight at your front door, your garage, your vehicles, your everything. And it's coming down so fast you can't do anything. You can't sandbag. Even if you try, the sandbags wash away.
But I even shut the curtains so I wouldn't have to see it because I was afraid we were going to have to leave. You know, I have 3 children and just, it's scary knowing that you may not have a home.
It rained yesterday for less than an hour. But in that short time, not only was damage done to more than a half-dozen homes, but the city suffered $125,000 damage to public property. Hesperia has no storm drains. There are plans to put them in, but for now, there's little the city can do.
Well, we're here to serve the taxpayers, and I guess that's not a great consolation to the folks who have mud in their homes after the storm yesterday. We're real sympathetic, and we're trying to do everything we can to help.
And early this afternoon, another downpour. It, however, lasted only a few minutes. There was some minor street flooding, nothing serious. But people here are keeping a close eye on the stormy desert skies. In Hesperia, Kim Mariner, Channel 2 Action News.
A new warning tonight for dog owners in the San Fernando Valley. Officials say there may be another dog hater trying to kill people's pets. The latest poisonings happened in a Woodland Hills Park off Mulholland Drive. Local residents say several dogs got sick over the weekend after eating some suspicious-looking meat. Harvey Krantz thinks his dog may have been a victim.
They picked him up and he was panting and just stiff completely. And they took him to the hospital. And they thought maybe he had an epileptic fit or something. They wasn't sure.
Test results on Krantz's dog will be in tomorrow. Meantime, the LA County Health Department is testing meat found in the park, testing it for possible poison. And the McDonnell Douglas plant at Long Beach got some bad news today. The latest in a series of blows in the Southern California aerospace industry. Beginning in the fall, the assembly of doors and ramps for the C-17 cargo plane will be done at the McDonnell Douglas plant in St. Louis. There will be no layoffs at the Long Beach plant. 250 employees who do that work will be reassigned to other projects, but it will still mean a loss of business for local companies who make the parts and the tools for the C-17.
Police say tonight they've broken up an elaborate health insurance scam, one that they say cost California companies an estimated $50 million. A dozen people were charged in the indictment. Prosecutors say that the scam involved phony mobile medical labs that worked outside health clubs. The labs took routine tests, then charged insurance companies up to $9,000.
The actual damage to the American public, from everything from the insurance companies to the people who have to pay the insurance rates, the people whose medical records have been injured and in some cases destroyed, monies that have gone by the wayside, you'll never be able to calculate.
These indictments cap a 4-year investigation. Now, next time someone gives you a $20 bill, you better take a very, very close look at it. Police say that 2 counterfeit rings have been passing out at least $500,000 in these bogus 20s. The bad bills are mostly dumped in immigrant areas because newcomers are less likely to notice the counterfeits. Police say that they have no lead so far on the 2 funny money gangs.
And still ahead tonight when Bob and I come back on Action News at 6, what some neighbors are doing to keep a controversial garbage incinerator out of their backyard.
That's right, emergency preparedness for an oil spill disaster. We're going to show you a new weapon in the cleanup battle.
And a warning about swimming in California's coastal waters after a storm.
We'll do weather.
Another free C&R service. Tailored slacks while you wait. Fast Fit, exclusively at C&R.
Now, El Torito's famous fajitas are better than ever. Because now our sizzling fajita combos are among over 40 big, delicious Mexican meals for under $7.99 every day. Sizzling steak or chicken fajita combos with a taco, an enchilada, or taquitos, and even a delicious chocolate mousse dessert, all for just $7.95 at El Torito.
While some pay, others play. That's because they've chosen United Health Plan for Seniors, the HMO with extra value, unlimited hospitalization and prescriptions, no additional premium for dental, and no co-payments for doctor's visits or hearing exams. Listening, other plan members? If so, join United Health Plan for Seniors. Call 1-800-772-4455 for the plan with extra value.
I like to know everything. I'm one of those people. Give me the facts. Well, Healthy Choice does that. They give you what you need to know. It's all there. Low fat, low cholesterol, low sodium. You see, Healthy Choice understands that I can make sense of this. I appreciate that. Healthy Choice, my favorite foods and the facts I want right here. With Healthy Choice, the choice is yours.
Know where I am? I'm at one of the finest resorts in the world, and I love it because everything's right here. I can relax in the sun, eat marvelous food, enjoy a room with an ocean view. There's fabulous entertainment, friendly service, and it's all included in the price. But what makes this resort really fun is that it takes me to some of the world's other great vacation spots.
See the Carnival Cruise specialists at May Company Travel, the travel difference, located in May Company stores.
Some angry Vernon residents were out in the rain this morning protesting a proposed hazardous waste facility. Members of the United Neighborhood Organizations are upset because the proposed facility would operate within 1,000 feet of Huntington Park High School. The company is called Chem Clear. It has been fighting to get permits for 5 years now and claims the facility would be safe.
By the way, a new vessel is patrolling the waters off the California coast. It's specially designed to clean up oil spills. Now, officials from the Coast Guard and the oil industry took a look at it today. This boat carries more than 4,000 feet of booms on 2 reels. It'll be manned and available for response 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Meanwhile, the environmental group called Heal the Bay has released a new list of 10 ways to clean up Santa Monica Bay. The group held a news conference today near Bayona Creek. It empties large amounts of urban runoff into the bay every day, especially during rainstorms. Some of the recommendations include more thorough treatment of city sewage, more aggressive enforcement of federal clean water laws, and encouraging residents to dispose of household hazardous waste materials at special facilities rather than pouring them down the drain, as some people do. And in a related note, lifeguards along Santa Monica beaches gave beachgoers a warning to stay out of the water for the next 3 days. The reason? Overflow from the storm drains along the coast.
That's always good advice after a storm. And except for those poor folks out in Hesperia who had some flash flooding, the rain was very welcome for most of us because it really cooled things down. Don't you think, Mac?
Well, what about those poor folks in San Gabriel that left their patio furniture out? Over the weekend, I don't know, I must have had 100 people say, hey, where's the rain? Hey, where's the rain? There's the rain, okay? It showed up on Monday morning. It's nice to have a little rain here in Southern California. It's unusual, but not unheard of. Those of us who've been here a while know that it rains in the deserts in the thunderstorms, and occasionally one of those storms moves across. Well, that's what happened today. 0.13 of an inch of rain downtown makes this the wettest July 8th since 1877. It also makes it the third wettest July in history so far. To get the idea, folks, it doesn't rain much down here, and when it does, it doesn't usually hit the rain gauge. 84 our high, 64 the overnight low. Our satellite view will show you what's going on. There's our black and white picture, and you can see the moisture, how it moves across the mountains and out into our area. The last frame you'll see here is, of course, the latest frame, and you can see how much of the activity has sort of become more disorganized. Clouds have flattened out. We're getting a little bit drier humidity. The storm that produced this is now moving north and should be in Las Vegas by tomorrow morning, bringing an end to this rainstorm threat. However, there will be more moisture and humidity in the deserts, so we may get a little bit more activity out there. Around the rest of the country, the desert southwest is getting quite a bit of shower activity courtesy of our little system. And aside from that, big thunderstorms throughout Kentucky today, really plowing it on and dropping some heavy rain there. Our 5-day forecast give you an idea what we're expecting here. For Tuesday and Wednesday, partly cloudy. That's what the little cloud on the top means. And the low cloud on the bottom means that's low clouds of the coast. Temperatures will stay in the 80s. On Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, desert thunderstorms are a possibility. Temperatures here in the basin will cool down a little bit as we get a bit more of a sea breeze. And of course, I'm up here testing my new cool shades. These are my solar shades. We have a solar eclipse on Thursday. If you don't have specially designed lenses, really cool shades, whatever you do, do not look at the sun. You will hurt your eyes on Thursday morning at 11:30. We'll be talking more about if you're cool enough to find these, because they're hard to find at telescope stores and at Griffith Observatory, they have some. But over the next 2 days, we'll be showing you a cheap, very simple ways of looking at the eclipse safely. Otherwise, that's Thursday morning at 11. Between now and then, we'll try and find our way back down from the roof here. Thank you, Bob.
Try the elevator, Mac. Thanks. Keith steps up to the plate next. All-Stars slug it out at a home run contest. We're going to see the bat that beat the best.
And a local team is struggling for the money to make it to the big tournament.
Austin found as Action News continues for the Crenshaw District, Apple Valley, and all of Southern California.
The Terminator, born on the 4th of July. 49 cents every day, only at Music Plus. Do the Right Thing, Young Guns. 49 cents every day, only at Music Plus. Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, The Fabulous Baker Boys. 49 cents every day, only at Music Plus. An American Tale, Who Framed Roger Rabbit. 49 cents every day, only at Music Plus. Thousands of rentals, only 49 cents every day, only at Music Plus.
Recently, lead soprano Irene Lee of the Tullahoma, Tennessee Chorus demonstrated how easy it is to lay your hands on a Saturn.
There's a Stroud behind Stroud's.
When the customer walks into our store, her first assumption may be that we're expensive because of the way we look. We may look expensive, but we're not. We shop our competitors weekly to ensure that we offer every day the lowest prices that you will find anywhere. We don't think of ourselves as a discount store, even though our prices are everyday low prices. Whatever the customer's budget is, they can be assured they'll get the best value for their money.
Would you believe Bob's original Big Boy Combo and fresh strawberry pie is now just $3.99?
What do I look, stupid?
Believe it or not, it's true.
You come on like a dream.
Weight Watchers Double Fudge Cake. Dark chocolate cake, rich chocolate filling, chocolate whipped topping. It's a dream come true from Weight Watchers.
Monday Sports, here's the Keither.
And we have good news all around, Bob. For a guy who managed to lose 13 of 15 big league games before his 20th birthday, things have finally worked out pretty well for Mike Morgan of the Dodgers. He's an all-star after all, named today to replace his slightly injured teammate Ramon Martinez on the National League roster. They've named the starting pitchers for tomorrow's game. Minnesota's comebacking Jack Morris will go for the American League. For the National, it'll be Tom Glavine of Atlanta. If things had turned out differently, former hockey player Glavine might have been at left wing for the LA Kings. They drafted him. Any regrets?
No, not the way things have been going here. I'd be foolish to, but you know, the way things, like I say, the way things have gone here, everything's worked out great, and I don't miss that at all.
Okay, Tom, we miss you. The day before the All-Star Game is the time for show and tell, the skills competitions, and the one people ooh and ah over, the home run competition. Cecil Fielder, Baye, thank goodness the roof was open. And the fans go nuts, the fans being Danny Tartable and Joe Carter. But if you want a better deal, go see Cal, go see Cal. Cal Ripken of the Orioles with 12, count them, 12 dingers to win the individual contest and to lead the AL to the team title 20-7. About the Good Samaritan umpire, Steve Palermo, the AL arbiter, shot in the back while foiling a robbery Saturday night in Dallas, has now been upgraded to fair condition. Finally, on Action News at 5, we told you a little about the San Pedro youth baseball team trying to raise money to send its kids to the International Corey League tournament in Miami. Rory Marcus has the whole story.
Okay. This group of Corey League All-Stars will go to Miami in a couple of days. They just aren't sure what they'll find when they get there. The Peck Park team from San Pedro is heading to the Corey League International World Series for the second consecutive year. They have raised the money for airfare, but hotel accommodations and food money for the 2-week trip are a concern. The plane for Miami leaves Wednesday, and the first game is Saturday. But money continues to be a problem. They're about $2,500 short of their goal. And many of these kids come from economically disadvantaged families.
We have some boys on this ball club that are very close to the gangs. Okay, it wouldn't surprise me that some of these boys, even right now, if it weren't for baseball, would be involved in gangs. Okay, and so now you're talking about homes where they can't really come up with the money. If we lose them right now at this age, it really concerns us.
For the 13 and 14-year-old players, this Florida World Series represents the chance of a lifetime.
I'm proud, like, to represent San Pedro, and, you know, it's like, you know, I'm like real proud of myself because it's like an opportunity a lot of people don't get, and, you know, I know it'll always be with me, so it's like, you know, a lifetime experience.
After Rory finished putting together that report came the good news. The Peck Park team will go to Miami. After they heard of our coverage of this story, the remaining money was donated by a graduate of the Corey League, Jose Canseco of the Oakland A's, along with Latin Foods, the company that puts out his 40/40 candy bar. The team Peck Park will play in the opening game, Tamiami, the team Jose Canseco used to play for.
That is terrific.
Yeah.
That is good news.
I think so.
Go Peck Park.
Go Peck Park.
Thank you, Keith.
Sure.
Thanks,
Next up tonight, his name is Arthur, and now they're calling him Happy. Artie's very happy to be home again with his family.
And lucky, too. Then a whale of a success story right after this.
More deals are landing at Pearl Vision Express.
They gave me $30 off my choice of glasses.
Well, I bought a pair of glasses and they gave me a second pair, both in 1 hour.
I bought a pair of contacts and I got these Carrera sunglasses for only $30.
Satisfaction guaranteed. Most glasses in 1 hour. See the coupons in this weekend's paper. Pearl Vision Express. Call 1-800-YES-EYES for locations.
Pioneer wins the chicken playoff for value with lower prices and larger pieces.
Yeah! Now get 6 pieces. That's right, 6 pieces of Pioneer chicken for only $3.99.
Plastic beverage containers, glass bottles, and aluminum cans are not garbage anymore. So don't treat them that way. Recycle.
Would you like one of these?
I think a Tic Tac is clearly better than a Certs.
Oh, get out.
No, really. With only 1.5 calories, Tic Tac freshens your breath just as well as that does.
Oh, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Well, let's see. I'm almost convinced. Oh, right. I am convinced.
Tic Tac.
I'm gone. I'm history for now.
The incredible 1.5 calorie breath mint.
Going out this way.
What do you get when you watch Channel 2 Action News at 6?
A couple of thieves saw the tables turned on them today.
Fire officials say yesterday's huge explosion in the French.
Here's our own Patty Ecker with her series on exceptional children, one special young man in particular.
The little boy who loves to be loved. He was abandoned at birth.
In an incredible sting operation, sheriff's deputies moved in and arrested 4.
Channel 2 Action News gives you the best, most complete coverage of Southern California. Watch Channel 2 Action News at 6. Watch what happens.
This July 12th through the 21st, the Olympic tradition continues in Los Angeles as it will host the 1991 U.S. Olympic Festival. So come out and support our Olympic hopefuls.
Here's what we're working on for Action News Nightcast tonight. We'll be talking to some of the key players about tomorrow's release of the Warren Christopher Commission report. Also, an Action News investigation sparks the latest budget battle between the governor and the state legislature. Plus, there are lots of smiles in Hollywood following a blockbuster movie weekend. We'll tell you about that. Plus, Michael is here now to tell us more about his perspective tonight.
Well, Bob, the Bush administration wants more affordable housing, so it's calling for less control over new development in local areas. Less control. Obviously, the Bush people haven't seen the problems of traffic, overcrowding, and strained facilities caused by present growth controls. We don't need less control over developers. We need more. Some thoughts on that on Perspective at 11. Tricia.
All right, Mike, thank you. We'll be looking forward to that. Did you notice yesterday was a nice day?
Yeah,
I bet you went someplace and beached yourself, didn't you? Speaking of beached whales, a couple of these large mammals got some first-class treatment in Miami today. Bonnie and Shipwreck beached themselves back in April. Ever since then, they've been hanging out at Miami's Seaquarium. Today, doctors gave them physicals, including blood tests and even a throat culture. 2 pilot whales were pronounced well enough to go home. Free lunch over. The only question now is whether Shipwreck gets to take along his favorite hula hoop
They could
with
give you
him.
a throat culture and have easy access.
Okay. Listen, I'm just here doing the news. That's their stuff.
Ignore us, please.
Finally tonight, a story of doggy determination. It has some tongues and tails wagging in the Seattle neighborhood tonight. Take a look at Arthur. He's a Doberman Great Dane Shepherd mix. The pooch creeped out of his owner's new backyard and vanished, cruising the streets of Seattle. Well, after a week of wandering, he finally found his way back home, but to his master's old house, not the new one. Former neighbor spotted Arthur and was happy to reunite little Arthur with his family. Yeah.
He says, I'm put. I'm not going anywhere. And that's all for us tonight on Action News. We are happy that you joined us.
Please stay tuned now for the CBS Evening News. We'll be back at 11 o'clock tonight.
Bye.
Channel 2 Action News voted 2 Emmy Awards for Best Newscasts.